So I got you through the first two lists. Niche designer. Went backwards this time. Gonna finish it up with the cheapies. So if you want to see what list I have for spring 2020 in the cheapies, you know what to do. Welcome back, NYC Fragrance family. Top 10 cheap fragrances for spring 2020. So again, I'm ranking them in order of the Fragrantica ratings. These are 10 fragrances that I will enjoy that are relatively cheap. I want to say under $40. That is with discount codes, because don't go by the posted price on the websites or whatever. There are always discount codes for some of these fragrances, and you'll always find them discounted on discounted websites. These are not by retail. Everything here should be less than $40. So, to start off, this one here actually came in at about 13 pounds because I got it from the UK. It is from a clone house that Chris from Fragmental always talks about. It's called Perfume Parlour. The fragrance that I'm talking about is Peak of the World. Now, Peak of the World is their version of Creed Himalaya, and it is almost, I would say, spot on. I've worn it. People have asked about it. At 13 pounds for 30 ml, which I believe the conversion for that is roughly about $16. That's kind of hard to beat. And if you're not familiar with the brand and you're not familiar with Perfume Parlour, you probably should. You can get, I literally got, I think, a 13 fragrance haul with about 6 of these 30 mls and 7, I believe they're 10 mls, for around $100. It was, and it's well worth it, because you know what, you get to try different things. If there's niche brand fragrances that you don't want to spend the money on, it's a good way to get yourself introduced to those fragrances. And then when you're ready to go and buy that niche fragrance, go out and buy it. Because now, as much as I enjoy this fragrance, it does make me want to add Creed Himalaya to the collection. So enough about that. Perfume Parlour, definitely check it out. Chris was spot on with recommending the house and what they have to offer. At number 9, Calvin Klein Eternity EDP 2019 version. Now this was on my designer list as well, but as you're going to see, there are going to be a few that were on my designer list because I don't go out and spend retail on designer fragrances. I'm not one of those people that goes and rushes to get that designer when it first comes out to be the first to review it. You know, like Dior Homme releases just came out. I don't have any of them. I don't even have any of the originals except for the Parfum. So I'm not going to be quick to run out and go get something like that. This one I did because it got discounted really quick. I got it for less than $40 and I'm happy I got it. One of the best ads, cheap ads in my collection in 2019. At number 8, the house that may be synonymous with me that I do mention a lot on my channel, and it is from the house of Dunhill, and it is Dunhill London. See that? It has like a light bluish, almost aquamarine type juice to it. This one here is a perfect light everyday spring fragrance. Comes in at less than $30. You can't go wrong with it. Again, you may need to reapply. Performance is always lacking on some of these freshies, so either bring it with you or you can. And that was at number 8, Dunhill London. At number 7, from a house that is said to be also a clone house. This one is, I guess, we'd have to say their clone of Chanel Egoise Platinum. And from the house of Franck Olivier comes Eau de Passion. See that? Again, not a very long-lasting fragrance, but smells fantastic. This one, definitely say decant, bring it with you. However it is that you can bring it, you're going to have to reapply probably every 2 to 3 hours if you want it to stay with you throughout the day. At number 6, this has been very popular with reviewers in the community. It comes in really cheap. Some may say it's not the thing to wear anymore. I still find it to be a very nice office fragrance, clean, dumb reach. And it is Montblanc Individuel. This one has that raspberry note, that powdery, clean linen, fresh, out of the shower type vibe, kind of like a Prada L'Homme, or maybe Prada Amber. It's been referred to as being similar to original Santal from Creed, or Jupe, the original Jupe, or Youp, how you would want to pronounce it. I just think it's lighter than those that I just recently spoke about, closer to like the Prada L'Homme type vibe, where you wear it, it's not very loud, it's not very in your face, and it's nice and light for work. So, number 5. This was on my designer list. It's been one of my staples, but it is coming in at less than $40 nowadays. And it is Bulgari Soir. Now this one here is definitely, without a doubt, one of the best tea fragrances you're gonna get for the money. Nothing more to say about that. If you want a tea fragrance, if you want something that's gonna have a good punch to it, it's gonna get you noticed, and it is a compliment getter, Bulgari Soir. At number 4, now I don't have the platinum version. Now the platinum version has reached price levels that I'm talking about in this video, so I may add it to the collection and it would replace this on the list. But again, another safe office bet, good for work, good for every day. Coach for Men. I'm not the only reviewer to say this. This fragrance is one of those dumb reach fragrances. At the price it's coming in at, it's perfect to have. It's just nothing complicated, nothing overly special, nothing challenging. It's just a good wear and perfect for work. At number 3, from the house of Chad. Just kidding. Chad, I love you. Anyway. And I hope to meet you soon, actually. The house of Ferrari. We have Noble Fig. Now, Noble Fig, can't get more obvious than that. It is a fig fragrance. Springtime may not be the whole ideal time to say fig, because I had fig trees in my backyard and they don't usually bloom until August, September time frame. But the fig leaves do come early, so for some reason they consider this a spring fragrance. I guess the green nuances that the fig note or the fig gives off gives that spring flavor. So number 3, Ferrari Noble Fig. And number 2, another clone. Yes, I do own some clones. It is what it is. From the house of dual fragrances, Vert Instinct. Now, Vert Instinct is their clone of a discontinued Creed fragrance, Green Valley. Again, the name says it all. Green. When you think spring, flowers, greenery, everything coming back to life. Creed Green Valley, Dua's version, Vert Instinct, does exactly that. It brings you that vibe of everything coming back to life, of being green, springtime vibes. That's what you get from this fragrance. So number 2, Dua's Vert Instinct. Now number 1, this is really funny because based on the Fragrantica ratings, again, this was number 1 on my designer list. It's now number 1 on my cheap list because it's less than $30. And it is Lalique Encre Noire Sport. Lalique Encre Noire Sport, like I spoke about before, grapefruit, bergamot, lavender added to the Encre Noire DNA, made it much fresher, perfect and ready to be worn for the spring. You got 10 fragrances here that could be a collection for your springtime vibes. If you had all 10 of these, you're good to go. But I'm sure you guys have some other ones that you like, some other cheapies out there that you can get for the spring that also will give you a good bang for the buck. But these are my 10, and I hope you enjoyed them. So remember, NYC Fragrance family, you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.